My name is John Stewart with Corkin. I'm here with Ronnie Williamson. Today we're going to show you how to set top dead center and bottom dead center on a D791 compressor. The D791 compressor has two pistons in it. The first stage is a 6-inch piston, and the second stage is a 3 1/4 inch piston. We're going to build the pistons up, we're going to check top dead center, and we're going to show you how it's done. Now, as with any piece of equipment, you want to make sure it's de-energized before you work on it. We're going to leave the flywheel on this unit. That's going to assist us with getting to top and bottom dead center so that we can rotate the crankshaft easier. We're going to go ahead, Ronnie's going to start. We're going to add the thrust washer to the main stage along with 2 thick shims. The next step is to install the piston. We have another thrust washer, and then we're going to install the nut. Now you want to make sure when you install this nut, you don't run it on with an impact and that you torque it to 150 foot-pounds. It's best to use an extension when you do this. Okay. At this point, we're going to go ahead and we're going to check bottom dead center. The piston is torqued to 150 foot-pounds. We're going to rotate the flywheel. The clearance on bottom dead center is 10,000 to 20,000. Use 4-inch feeler gauge to stick in there. Out in the field, you will have to remove the valve to be able to do this. So what reading did you get?
Good on 10, little snug on 20.
Okay, so it's probably reading about 18,000, so that would be within tolerance. So we set the bottom dead center on the large piston. Now we're going to move to the smaller piston, the 3 1/4 inch second stage. Again, we're adding a thrust washer and 2 thick shims. Once the piston's installed, another thrust washer is put on, and then the locking nut. And just like the 6-inch piston, this piston is torqued down to 150 foot-pounds. Okay, now that it's torqued, we'll get our feeler gauges out. We'll remove a valve from the bottom of the second stage, insert our feeler gauges, and check the gap.
It's around about 15, 16.
So the clearance is at 16 thousandths. That's between 10 and 20. We're good to go on bottom. Now we'll move to top dead center. You'll want to go ahead and install the piston caps. Each piston cap gets 1 shim. So the piston cap takes 4 Allen bolts. Notice what Ronnie's doing to lower it down. He's not going to install the screws all the way. He's going to use those for leverage to help him lower it down and line up the holes. Now that the 3 1/4 inch piston is installed, we'll move to the 6-inch piston and install the cap on it. Once both caps are installed, we'll put the head on the compressor and we'll be able to check top dead center. So once again, Ronnie will use the leverage of the bolts to set the cap right on top of the piston. Next we'll install the head. Now that the heads and cap are secured, we can check for top dead center with feeler gauges. The clearance for the top of the piston is 84 thousandths to 104 thousandths. Okay. So what's it reading? So he's got 90 thousandths worth of feeler gauges in there right now. That's where the feeler gauge is getting stuck. That's between 84 and 104. So we know on the small cylinder, the top dead center is within the limits. Now we'll move over to the large cylinder. So we got clearance at 84, and the gap is actually 90 thousandths on top dead center. So no additional shimming will be required. So again, to set top dead center, you'll need to remove this valve. To set bottom dead center, you're going to need to remove this valve. And just turn the flywheel accordingly, use your feeler gauges, and shim as necessary.